Welcome, Cancer. I'm Karen. This is Veronica Streams Coaching and Tarot. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. It is for June, and it's a general reading, so any topic, whatever comes up in the reading. Keep in mind this is a collective reading, so take what resonates. You can always also check out your other placements to see what's going on in a little bit more detail or a little bit more information. I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot for both the reading and clarifying. Let's get started here. What do our Cancers need to know? Okay, here we go. Current situation is Four of Swords. Okay, oops, I want to put this one over here. I'm sorry. Past influence, Eight of Wands, present influence, Queen of Cups. Okay, negative, Magician, positive, Five of Cups. That's interesting. What you need, what you don't see. Okay, what to look for. That's King of Wands. What to look for. Two of Pentacles, unexpected. King of Cups, challenge. Six of Pentacles, future influence. Nine of Cups, outcome. Six of Cups, where does this lead? Page of Cups. Sun, we'll leave it right there. We like the Sun. The Hierophant here, and followed by the Ace of Pentacles. This feels like it's pretty important. Those are important cards. So there feels to me like there's some kind of commitment or leveling up in a situation. You know, having that Four of Swords in the current situation, you're kind of like taking a step back for a minute. There's the Eight of Wands in that past influence feels like something came in really quickly. And now you're like, oh, breaks. And not like big breaks, but kind of just breaks. The Queen of Cups makes me feel like and I'll have to show you. So I feel like that's what this is, like definitely a commitment, leveling up of a situation. So here's the Four of Swords. That's the current situation. Present influence is the Queen. The Eight of Wands here is our past. So something comes in really quickly from the past. It's something, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It can have to do with matters of the heart because we have the Queen of Cups there. But you can be the Queen of Cups as well. So it's not necessarily love. But something that came in really fast, I feel like, oh my gosh, I need to take a break. So that Four of Swords is that slowing down, that taking a chill a little bit here. And then the Queen of Cups, as you can see, she's facing this situation. So she, I feel like that's the energy of you kind of looking at the situation and kind of deciding what to do. This is the influence. This is the situation. It came from this feeling of looking at things going, okay, where am I really? And I feel like that's all that is. It's like, where am I really at? And the Four of Swords goes, okay, I better take a little bit of a break here. Chill out, rest, whatever that is. This could be any life area because I'm getting, I mean, I do have the Page of Cups here, which tells me a little bit that it could be love, and with the King of Cups, but there's also Pentacles. There's, yeah, it could be almost anything here. The Magician is in your negative. So I do feel like there may be someone, whatever the situation that came in quickly, and you'll know what it is, that someone you feel like isn't maybe being completely honest or showing their full hand. So they're not telling you everything. Keep in mind, with most of the time with the Magician, I can see it as people not being completely honest. And sometimes it's absolutely intentional, but it's not always intentional. I mean, they do it, they probably know they're doing it, but they're not doing it in a devious manner. They're doing it because they're not ready to share everything, or they don't want to get hurt, or it's kind of a protection. And however, though, this could be a negative, because if there's something that's coming in this fast and it feels like, let's go, and then you go, whoa, this is why you're going, whoa. because you feel like there's something missing. Something's not being said. Someone's not being 100% transparent. It's not that they're necessarily lying, they're not saying. So I feel like that's what that is. The Five of Cups is in the positive, and I think this might be interesting because I don't always, well, the Five of Cups is not necessarily a positive card, but I feel like this is good for you right now because you're contemplating what could be lost versus what you have. So you are actually in a position right now where you're contemplating things. This is what I've got. This is what I could lose. It's not that you have lost anything, but what could I? And I feel like it's what you could lose if you change the situation, if you put brakes on this Eight of Wands for a longer period of time, or you really take such a slow down on this situation that it almost stops completely. That's the overall feeling I'm getting here. But I feel like that's good because you're looking at what could the outcome be either way. The King of Wands is king, right? That's the king, yeah. The King of Wands is in your what you don't see. And the King of Wands is also facing the past. There's something here. So this could be a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries. It's a fire sign. And this is somebody, and what they're doing is they're kind of looking at their past. So, and I do this because of the way it's sitting on the table. It's looking over here. And I feel like it's just a matter of them kind of going through things on in their head. Now it doesn't have to be a fire sign, but wands are fire. It could be that they have a lot of fire in their chart, or they're just a fiery type person. Um, but I do feel like the that's sitting right underneath this magician. So I don't feel like it's hidden, like they're hiding something up. I think they're looking at this is what you don't see because they're not showing you yet. They're not telling you about it. And they're looking at the past and they're contemplating like, what do I, this has happened to me before. This is what's happened in the past. What the hell? You know, like kind of like that energy. What do I do now? Will the same thing happen? Um, and I just feel like that's what the problem is. And it's something that you don't realize that it's not a problem. It's more of a someone getting in their own head, so to speak. Um, we've got the Two of Pentacles in the what to look for. This is trying to find balance here. This is like taking a moment and looking at how to balance all this situation out because I feel like that's what it needs. It's you know, why are they not maybe it's moving too fast. Maybe this Four Swords needs to happen. Maybe things need to slow down. Maybe we go, okay, how are we just going to put balance back into our life? You know, when you get into any new situation, whether it's work or love or anything, it's like you put all your energy into the new thing. And then you go, oh, well, wait, I got life, right? I got other things in my life to pay attention to. That's what the Two of Pentacles is. Evening out all, balancing all life areas, taking a moment and saying, okay, what do I need to put in perspective here? How do I, you know, do this so that I can pay attention to everything? Or, you know, not lose sight of the other areas of your life. And that's what's really feeling important to me. So here's the good thing, and I really feel like this is very good. The King of Cups is in your unexpected, and that is telling me that there is going to be some kind of um, I don't know if it's going to be a conversation, but this person comes back around in a more loving way. And when they do, they're more apt to open up their heart a little bit more, go with the flow. They're a little bit more apt to be more emotionally available because the King of Cups is emotionally available. They, it's an emotional card. It's a, you know, it's a cup. So knowing that unexpectedly they come back around and allow themselves to be more emotionally available. There might be a reason why they're not now, but this will change. And it does come unexpected because I almost feel like you don't even have the conversation. I feel like you taking that break, looking at your other life areas and going, wait, I need to get all my life areas in check here. And that may spark them to be able to go, well, you know what? I need to make sure that I'm straight up. The challenge is the Six of Pentacles. There feels to me like there might still be a part of this situation where it's there. The challenge is sharing. And I don't think it's sharing as far as monetary or, I feel like it's communication sharing, sharing those vulnerable spots that we don't want people to know. This magician that's not saying everything. Not ready to let someone know all of the things yet. And that's what the Six of Pentacles, I feel like, is going to be the challenge. It's going to be a challenge. And not because they may be very more than willing to communicate and more than willing to share their feelings, but if until they're ready, and then they can. So this will be a challenge for a little bit. However, the future does bring light here because we've got the Nine of Cups in your future influence, and then the Six of Cups. So I feel like with this, there is definitely a gift coming in with that Six of Cups coming in. It's going to feel better. It's going to feel more like the past, but I feel like not necessarily the past. Yeah, it will. But when I say past too, it could just, sometimes when we reminisce about the past, there's that feeling that can be really, um, that happy reminiscing about the past. That's what I feel like this is. The Nine of Cups is your desires, your dreams. That's influencing you. And I feel like you're going to feel more like, okay, this dream is true. It's real. It's good. Yeah, there's things to work on. They always will, right? Always. There's always things to work on. You've got then it leads to the Page of Cups. So this is definitely, I feel like, someone coming forward and expressing themselves in a loving manner. And I feel like that's exactly what this is. So pages can bring messages, and this is a message coming in from your person who, or this situation, whatever it is, coming through and saying, I care, or this is what's going on. It's communication in a loving manner because it's the cups. And then it leads to the sun. So everything feels good, feels right. You're going to have joy. You're moving towards joy. Um, and once you can really feel that joy here in in this particular situation, I think it'll take it a long way. Whether I'm not reading so far out on what's going to happen in the next few months, but overall in the next month or so, and you're going to be feeling good, and that happiness is going to take you into the future. What is your advice, Cancer? What is Cancer's advice here? The Eight of Swords. Um, I think it's like saying open up yourself. Like don't let yourself get stuck in the mud. Um, she's stuck in the mud. Don't block yourself. So the Eight of Swords to me is are you really stuck or are you thinking you're stuck? And I think this is saying don't let yourself get stuck. And it's not necessarily stuck in this relationship. Don't let yourself get stuck in your head about it not working or it not being a good thing because you're looking at how, that's why I think the Two of Pentacles is here. This is kind of advice in itself as well because make sure that you have all your life areas in balance. Keep all your life areas, not this situation. Don't 100% focus on this situation, whatever it may be. Focus on um, everything. That's really interesting. I know someone who's a Cancer, and all of a sudden this is like, oh my gosh, and I didn't until now. Like this is like weird. So, which is good. Anything else our Cancers need to know? King of Swords, the Chariot, and Temperance. So the King of Swords to the Chariot, like this to me is a feeling of having a direction and then heading towards that direction with the Chariot kind of all out. But at the same time, the Temperance is asking you or letting you know that you can create whatever you want out of the situation. That's up to you. It's up to you on how you manifest it. Also, it can be about being in a very nice, even, balanced relationship with passion and love and the good stuff. It's all the good stuff. But I feel like this is kind of where you're headed. It's like having your eyes set on a prize, right? Going for the prize. And then when you get it, you will appreciate it. But it comes from the manifestation and the work that you've done, putting it in. So there you have your reading, Cancer. Please hit that thumbs up button. It does help. And let me know what you think. I appreciate all comments, anything. Take care. Have a beautiful day.